Alright, today we are working on Josh's truck. In a previous video, we went and picked up a 1975 Ford Dentside Highboy, even though it's two-wheel drive, it's not a true Highboy. But we're gonna turn it into one today. Well, not today, over the course of a couple weeks, probably. What's on the agenda for today?
I think we're gonna get rid of that wood flatbed that's on it. We're gonna probably end up building another flatbed or buying one. Haven't decided yet. We'll kind of see what happens there, but we're gonna get the bed off, look at the frame, and start, I don't know.
Go from there?
Yeah.
Huh? Sweet. Let's do it then. Let's get it pulled in.
You've been driving it every day since we got it back, right?
Yep.
And you haven't had to do anything, right?
Well, the wheel bearings in the front were a little dry, and so I just pulled them out, greased them up, you know, repacked them and put them back in. On the passenger side, there's 4 bolts that hold the whole hub assembly, spindle, whatever you want to call it on. 2 of them were missing. One was really loose and one was kind of loose. So the whole thing is loose. Trip home was a miracle, I guess. I mean, everything went great, nothing broke, but I guess it could have went a lot worse. We'll just put it that way.
Why can't you keep driving it? Like, why do we have to do all this stuff to it?
Me and my dad have always just dreamed about having an old farm truck, basically. Obviously, it needs to be 4-wheel drive. This is 2-wheel drive. So we're going to do that, but this thing drinks a lot of fuel. We want it to not do that. And we want something that's just all mechanical, simple. So we're going to put a 12 valve in it. 5-speed transmission, manual. We're going to put it on 2013 F350 axles and do a flatbed, be a mountain farm truck. So a very durable one.
Yeah, Ford tough, right? I mean, you should comment who you like better and why Ford sucks. But tell us why the Ford is a good base or why it's a horrible one, in your opinion.
Yep, let's hear them.
Why are you a Ford guy?
I'm a Ford guy because my dad is a Ford guy and his dad is a Ford guy. No, I don't know. I have grown up with them. Got an old 97 7.3 with 680,000 miles and bought it from my dad when I turned 16 and been driving it ever since. And I don't know, just got a long chain of love with them.
Well, let's get started.
You see those holes that go through it?
Oh, wow.
That's to get air in there.
I was wondering what that is. That is pretty cool.
It's a really small looking tank. It's long,
Yeah.
but it's kind of small. And like the rear is like a pancake. Twin traction beam, rear steer arms. We can finally see where it's leaking, and it does look like just the oil pan gasket. The front bumper's a little sketchy.
Yeah, well, let's redo that. It's not very good. A couple of bolts with not much leverage.
This isn't great either. That is not a recovery point. Not in any universe. In fact, it's cracking. Oh, this side's kind of nice. They're still laying dimes on that one.
It might be farm certified.
I don't know what's worse though. Is that one worse than that one? They're both bad. That seems to be loose right there. Oh my goodness. We could have died. Look at that one.
Drove 500 miles on that.
Well, I think it got progressively worse.
It may have.
All the oil and stuff. Ugh.
Yeah.
Now I'm just bragging, but look at this cab corner. And it still has a soft, supple body mount. This one too. It's just clean. There's a bit of rust on this one, but whatever. Yeah, a bit of rust right here, but whatever. But up here, super nice. And then some holes in the floor, but not the end of the world, right?
And then the bed looks easy enough to take off.
It's just some bolts, not that one. It's like, there's some right there. And then more over there. And then some right there. What if the bolt is only holding this down and then the bed is held down on this?
Well, that would be a little more difficult, but
So it's not held down very easily. First, they bolted this one down. Then they bolted this one down. And then they built the rest of the bed on top of it. So we can't even get to the top of the bolts because they're under this wood. So we'd have to remove all the decking just to get access to those.
Let's just cut the bolts in the frame.
That was a very strong bolt. Already took that blade out.
Really?
Well, plasma cutter time. It was easy. I don't even have this thing turned all the way up and it cuts like butter. Well, should we cut the board?
Yeah. That's our last one, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, if we just cut up right there, it'll be fine. Here.
All right.
Hold this. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. I go up a little. Okay, go up. Yeah. Okay. So Josh wants to do one final thing before we take it out of commission, and that is a burnout. And it's gonna be a good one. Dude! Oh, the tires are still cold!
Why is it not operating yet? Speedometer was capped at 100.
Dude, that is sticky! Now you can throw some sick drifts in it and pull it in.
Can I spray your truck?
You got me! Too scared to get any closer than that. Zach was running.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you made a mess.
I sure did. It'll come off.
All right, so we're done messing around, at least outside the shop. Now it's time to mess around inside. And to start, we need to get rid of all this goofy stuff up here. I don't even know what the purpose is. Like, tires gotta come
I
off.
need like 3 sockets for that.
Boy, those are fancy.
I'm sure it came from the factory like that.
Probably. A box came. A box that's gonna fix all of our problems. Or at least one of them, and we've got 99 others. Oh, those are...
Big.
I think they are big. I think this is the other side.
No stinking way. It's
Look at that,
everything.
wraps around this side.
Look, we're finding dents everywhere now. Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. Yeah. We'll be able to put that on pretty quick, I think. And then yeah, we'll have to fix this little rust spot there because it doesn't cover that. I was hoping it would, but we can get by with that. And we got one for the other side too. Yep. What does this say? Thank you for choosing AMD as your trusted source. Cool.
It's like 29 bucks. That nothing wrong with that.
I'm really glad it does the full wraparound because I was kind of worried about that mess. Oops. Oops. Yeah. It's fine. Alright, but they'll go on a little bit later, right? Yeah. For now, we're still got to pull suspension out. We'll get to pulling this rear axle out, and we'll be good to go. Sheesh, man, you're dangerous. It's looking good, Josh. Yep. Trying to take the front clip off. And so far it's going good. We got some radiator hoses. We got the radiator draining right now, but some radiator hoses to undo. I have a little bit more wires right here. And then Josh has a couple more bolts. I think the bumper actually, and it's ready to come off.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to pulling that motor out.
You know, I think my favorite part about this whole truck is this amazing parts and tool bench area. Like, both sides, whatever side you're working on, you always got somewhere to put stuff. I mean, maybe that's a Ford thing you always have to work on, but I love it. I love it. It's amazing.
How's your project going?
I don't know yet. I'll tell you in 20 minutes.
Okay. So the way to do it is to pick up the front end first and then let the back end kind of be level with where it's at, and then as we pull it out, then pick up and out. How's that?
That's open. Wow.
It's so easy to work on it now.
I'd say leave those rubber mounts. They're still malleable.
Yep, that's how you do it. Strip a truck down to nothing. Doesn't quite look the same, does it?
No.
All right, motor's coming out, motor's coming out. Now the whole thing should just kind of lift up together. That's a 2007 Super Duty front end. Super 60, but not a true Super 60. And that is Sterling 10.5 out of a like 2014.
those are what's going in Josh's highboy here. Joshy boy's truck. Is that what we're calling it?
Something like that, but we do need to come up with a name for it.
So we also have these Super Duty lift springs here. That's what we're going to be adapting to the front of this truck, as well as that.
For front link arms and suspension, I'm planning on keeping the radius arms, and if it works, don't fix it. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like crazy capable like the Rubicon or the Rad Charger, but it'll get the job done.
It doesn't need to be. It's not a like rock crawler. It's just more of a big truck.
Yeah, if you need to drive over a rock or something, it will.
Yep.
But you need to tow cows more than drive over rocks.
Yeah.
I didn't really show setting this front axle up because we didn't actually set it up. It is strapped in kind of where I want it. I think it's center at the wheel well. We just did a lot of measuring with it.
But I think that's where I want it. We're going to have to trim this cross member up here just a little bit.
So these arms are not the factory arms. They're an aftermarket lift kit for like a 2011 Super Duty or something like that. So we're going to actually modify these arms to work. And then we also have the lift coil springs. So we're going to use basically the stock suspension, but a lifted stock suspension for this truck, front and rear. And I think that'll get this truck riding really good to do everything that Josh wants to do. The next step is to get rid of these joints right here. I don't like these.
So we're going to cut them out, and then we're going to go put in some of these. Oh yeah, those are big. Between this joint, this piece of steel, and this scrap metal, we're gonna make arms.
They're looking good too.
Yeah. So my plan is to cut here, zip, and cut here, zip, and we'll cut that thing off because it's needs to go. And then we'll take that and slide it right here in that profile. We'll weld it up solid, and then we'll lay another plate on top of it, a big fish plate, to tie it all together super strong. And then in the end of that pipe that's now attached there, we can weld this bung there to give us that joint that we so desperately want.
Any problems? Good, I didn't think so. Let's get to cutting.
Cut out. These pieces fit in there pretty dang good, I think. We got that one already welded up. I also got these plates cut out on the plasma table, and they go kind of like this after it's welded.
Just so we keep some strength.
You know, we don't want Josh driving over a paper clip and the front end coming out.
I hope a paperclip doesn't do that.
Those welds make me think that it's gonna take 2 paper clips.
Oh.
One, you're good.
I hope it's more than a couple of paper clips.
You look amused.
Yeah.
You're just jealous that we're working on that truck and you're stuck working on this little pipsqueak.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. Maybe if your resume was full of more stuff.
Okay. Got me there, I suppose.
Wow. These look pretty nifty, Josh.
Yeah, they're coming together nicely.
There they are. That looks pretty dang good.
It's hideous. Couldn't make it more pretty?
Nope. Not really.
Oh. I'm just kidding. That's
Progress is being made on Josh's truck with no name still.
Yeah.
The Big Deal, Lugnut Larry, Rubber Ronald. That doesn't sound right. That sounds really bad. We got the front links kind of like the mounts put together and stuff. And the back links are actually leaf springs, but they're exactly the same as the front except dropped like 4 inches right there. So that's the same, like from there up is the same as the front, and then from there down is also the same as the front. The only thing we added was this strip right here in the middle. But I think they look pretty good. I mean, I don't think they're not finished yet.
This thing will go up in there like that. So, and our triangles fill there.
As soon as you get those welded up, then we can start working on the rear mounts and seeing where the leaf springs sit on the axle and the works. The works. All right, get welding. You got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now the other side, and then you've got just welding, welding, welding.
Yep.
Those are looking pretty, Josh. Somebody in the comments said Zach reminds them of a spurg, and I don't know what a spurg is.
We found a few different things that a spurg could be. I'm not sure which one he was talking about, but it could have gone both ways, good or bad.
Yeah, so it's
But-
either like what was it? A Latin sparrow or a type of like spore or what? Like a plant vegetation seed, something like that. So I don't know. Maybe they called you a vegetable.
Possible. Wouldn't blame them.
I don't know. Anyway, if you know what spurg means, like at least give me the source to find where you found it. I don't know, because I don't know what that means. Nobody I know knows what that means. This truck had like a reverse hanger or a tension-based hanger or something like that. Essentially, there's a shackle on one end of the leaf springs that allows the leaf springs to do their job properly. And you can either have that shackle go up or you can have that shackle come down and the weight essentially hangs off of it. And that's the kind I want to do, is the kind that hangs down. So I went on my computer and I designed some hanger mounts to attach to the frame, and they're just in pieces right here. Think that's it? Think that's the angle? not bad.
That's just the, like,
That's the old shackle that was on it. That's what we're using right now, just to get an idea. Later, we'll make more appropriate ones. Oh boy, made it go down like 4 inches.
oh yeah?
No. We're still only relying on your half-hearted tacks. So, hey, careful. I wasn't bouncing with both of us on it. This is good. Unless we grossly overestimated how far down the fronts needed to go. Once we get fuel and an actual bed on it and all the other good stuff, it'll be fine. Plus, we could drop this thing down a lot further. No, this is about how high you wanted it.
Is it? Well, the front's still got to go up.
Yeah, the front's got to go up kind of a long ways still.